Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Still trying to figure out this whole camera thing. I thought I would have like a log and talk about what happened at show, like what I did and mistakes I did and things like that. Um, so I went into prep 14 weeks out from the Northern Championships in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And I got in my own head. And I shut everything out. I was going through some personal problems that was like not ideal, not great either. And yeah, it had an effect where I put blinders on and I focused only on the show. I cut everything out. I cut emotion out. I cut everything out, which is not what you want to be doing. You want to be feeling and like you want to have the right mentality. And I didn't. I had the I'm going to this show and I'm winning this show, or I'm going home in a box. And it's something that I used to do a long time ago, and it worked then. It doesn't work now though. So I did prep. It was probably I wouldn't say the most challenging prep I've ever had, but it was definitely the most mentally and physically exhausting. I did more cardio than I've ever done. I've eaten lower calories than I've ever eaten. And I really pushed the limit. To give you an example, it would be there were some weeks where I was doing 90 minutes of cardio, broken up in the day. I was doing 30 to an hour worth of posing, some with my posing coach, some just post-workout, stripped down, 40 minutes. Boom. Just posing after posing after posing after posing, getting in my own head. Then the workouts, I wasn't pushing the weights. I wasn't trying to break records or anything like that, but I was definitely trying to exhaust the muscles. So a little bit more reps. And if I had a bad set, nope, I do it again. I'm doing it again. That one doesn't count. So sometimes my workouts would be 2 hours and then 40 minutes. So I'd be at the gym for 3.5 hours. And then, as you guys know, I only go to Iron Lore, so that's a 35 to 40 minute drive for me. So I was spending 5-6 hours a day just gym, not even considering cardio or anything else. And it consumed me, and it wasn't ideal. I didn't have any medical scares or anything like that. I felt when it came to how I was feeling about show, I was confident. I was in that headspace where nah, you're all coming for a second here. And my goal was to dominate the Masters division. It wasn't just about oh, I'm just gonna go and have fun and be my best. In my head, I was nah, I'm coming to dominate. As soon as you see me, you know you have failed. And it's not great. It's not great sportsmanship. It's not ideal. I treated this show like it was my Mr. Olympia. So I put everything into it. Every meal was super calculated. No expense was spared when it came to meat. I was going to a butcher. I was only eating shrimp, only eating the top on bison. Everything was meticulous. There was probably a good 4 or 5 weeks. I ate nothing but asparagus as my vegetable. And let me tell you, if you've eaten enough asparagus, bathroom visits are not great. And then because you're hydrating so much, you're visiting the bathroom a lot. So just eating my meal. This is egg and cream buffalo. And I got 125 grams of cream of rice from Elevate. This is the peanut butter one. Oh, guys. I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but this one you have to check out. They have some great ones like apple pie, the chocolate peanut butter, the chocolate is they're all just fantastic. I've had them all. The one I haven't had yet is the peach, but I have it coming, so don't worry. I was put on them by a friend of mine, Peyton, who's an IFBB pro. She trains at my gym. So I used her code. We'll put it right here. Peyton. For Elevate, cream of rice, check it out. Prep. Like I said, I was going through some personal issues at the time. I don't want to say I put off to the side, because you should never just push stuff off to the side. You should deal with it. It was just more I was I'll deal with it in slow smarts, but my focus is 100% on this and this show. So everything was going well, at least what I thought. Cody was very happy. Joe was super happy. Like, he's like, man, this is the best you've ever looked. He's like, I can't believe like this is, because like I didn't have to run any fat burners, not whatsoever, not even raw burn. It was nothing. It was just in my head, I was just calling pure aggression, was just burning everything off. My cardio was only a bike. I had it stationed. If some of you guys followed a little bit on my story, I was kind of like alluding to it, but I had a Peloton bike and I had it in front of my TV and I would watch my morning football news, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Yeah, guys, everything was going really well and I was super happy, super focused. Some days were low because I'd be like exhausted, falling asleep on the couch, or just not wanting to move because I was so tired, but I got everything done. And then come to show. All right, peak week was fine. We started carbing up. I think it was on the Tuesday. We started doing the slow carb, which was fine. Food was going down. And then, Friday, weighed in. I weighed in at 253 pounds, which is 3 pounds more than I was at the Alberta Open and 7 pounds less than I was at the TNT, but I think I know why for that, because if you guys remember, I caught that food poisoning, so it was a little watery, a little sick. But overall conditioning was 10 times better. I had the glutes, I had it all. It was all nicely done up. Yeah, I was in a good spot. Weighed in. It was a super quick athletes meeting. I can't say enough of good things about Jenny, the promoter of the show. She did a fantastic job. There was a little bit of a scare for me because the stage was a little close to the ceiling, but she fixed it. We checked that out and all good. Yeah, show morning. Well, tanning went everything great. Absolute Touch was fantastic. I have nothing wrong. The ladies were great. Saturday morning, ate my first meal at like 4:30. Went and got touched up. Before I went for my touch up, I wasn't feeling good. I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, I can't be this absolute bag of hammers right now. And then, I don't know if it was anxiety or what hit me, but I had to puke. I like puked up a little bit of food, had to splash a little water on my face. Luckily, I didn't have my makeup done or anything like that. And I just had to like have a deep look into my face and sort stuff out, which is fun. Sometimes that happens. Like top level athletes sometimes need a reality check, and those kind of things happen, which is fine. Food went in, got there a little early, set up my little bed. I had my Reaper athletes with me who did amazing at the show. I went out for first presentations for Open Bodybuilding Masters. Felt good. Everything was crispy. Pump up the crowd. You know, I was trying a little different new things. Like I was trying to be more engaged with the crowd and, you know, really like build up the atmosphere. And if you're a competitor and you're with me on that line, I was pumping you boys up just as much as I was pumping myself up, because the judges worked us. They definitely did. And you know what? I'm down with it. I posed and like my coach is just like, well, you can keep posing. You can go farther. And this draws back to like this idea that I had back in the day when I was doing mixed martial arts and boxing and training. And I had a coach, his name was Dwight Frazier. And he's like, okay, so if a boxing round is 3 minutes, we train for 6. So when it goes into those 3 minutes, we ain't gassed. We still got like half a tank and we can go all out. So that's what I did. So I knew posing, like when they do judging and all that kind of stuff, 20 minutes. So I was doing 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Sometimes Cody would come by and he's like, you done? And I'd be like, yes, sir. And he'd be like, you got time? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he'd be like, let's go look at you. And he'd crush me for 45 minutes and just hammer it into me. And you know what? It works, because I had no issues on that stage. No heavy breathing. I wasn't sweating, nothing. All the guys were dripping, hard breathing, couldn't hold anything. And that's on them, man. I was ready for war. And like, it goes back to that mentality. Like I was ready. Open bodybuilding, loved it. It was my second time on the open bodybuilding stage. It was great. I had a great time. There was great competitors with me. Shout out to Dave for having some good jokes on the line. And then did the classic, which was a little bit of a cluster just because I had to like run, change my trunks, run back, and like get into line. Did the master stuff, did my new posing routine and all that stuff. Everything was good. When they were doing the judging for both classic and open bodybuilding, right off the bat, moved to the center, didn't leave. I didn't realize it. Like, I was told after, like, hey, you moved to the center and you didn't really move. And I was like, yeah. Like, it wasn't arrogance. It was just like, I know. So when they called my number for winning of the Masters Classic and open bodybuilding, I was like, it was like a slight validation, but it was just, I didn't allow myself to feel it, which isn't great. It's not. I should have been more excited. I was more into the mentality like, okay, this is done. What is next? And even after the show, people are like, oh, I'm going to go eat this. I'm going to go eat that. And I was just like, I'll tell you guys, I had a sandwich. That was it. I went to this sandwich joint and I got a beef brisket sandwich and I had a delicious, they have like one of those like Coke serving machines, and it has like, it's digitalized, so it has like a whole lot of like sugar-free options. So I hammered a little bit of that, but it's all right. Then went out with Team Reaper because Team Reaper did really well that show. We essentially we won the Grandmasters and the Masters, which is great. Shout out to Ross on his job. And we had the new guy, Dean. He absolutely like crushed it, placing thirds. And for your first show and dropping almost 80 pounds in a year and stepping on stage at his age, 50 plus, like that's well done to you, yeah? So like Team Reaper had a great showing. A couple overalls, all that good stuff. We went in for a chance at 9 medals and came out with 9 medals. So you know what? As a coach, I'm happy. I was happy with my guys. They looked really good considering all the factors that we had. Post show, this is where I went down to my low point. So post show, I didn't feel like I did anything. Like I hadn't accomplished anything. I wasn't a sense of reward or win or anything like that. I was just like, now what? So I took some time off, not from the gym or eating or anything like that. I like slowly brought my food back and talked with my coach Joe, and like we had a deep talk about like what's next, how do we fix the little things here and there and all that kind of stuff, and like mentality. Because like I wouldn't say I was broken, but I was definitely bent in the wrong way. And it took some time. It did. Now I've had a bit of a breather. Personal stuff has somewhat resolved, somewhat. That one's gonna be a bit of a change, and like I think that one's gonna be a little bit more of a deeper one, but I have lots of time, so no rush on that one. I'm gonna keep working on that, because it's just like your body, your mind can be worked on and developed and changed, and you can work in the right way. I'm gonna keep going to that. Always ask for help when you need it, guys, okay? To a professional or close friends or confidants, always ask for help. Finally hit me. I won. I did it all. No one beat me. For what my goal was to win a Masters overall, at least one. I came out with 2. I still haven't put up the medals, but I will. Doing some redecorating in the house right now, so slow, and Christmas is coming up now. Off season, what am I gonna do for off season? Well, first and foremost, I am gonna be more open with you guys. I think that's gonna be the best. I can try and be more open, and I've got a really good content creator behind me now to kind of help me develop, because I'm not the creative kind of guy when it comes to those things. So that buffalo Frank's creamy is delicious, guys. And it comes in a squirt bottle now, so you don't get like a whole lot. You can just do a little design or whatever, and it's good. Off season is starting today, officially. I did all my health work. Everything's all checked out. Good to go. Blood work, great. I feel better. My weight isn't really up. I'm up I dropped a lot because I went through post-show, I wouldn't say post-show depression, but like post-show dip. I dropped almost 15 pounds. Yeah, there was a couple days there I was like 238 pounds, and it wasn't great, to be honest with you. Food's coming back. I'm super excited for off season. I will be stepping on stage in 2025. Which ones? I'm qualified for all of them, so it doesn't really matter. I might even do like a little fun show just prior to stepping onto the pro qualifier. I do have the pro qualifier in mind. I've talked to a few people. Joe knows we have that already set. Don't you think that man doesn't know what's going on in my brain? I know we're gonna be pushing a lot more content, more food. If you guys want to see anything, like you want to see more daily food stuff or a Q&A, I know me and Tristan are gonna try and do a food challenge, a sandwich food challenge. See how many sandwiches I can eat in a day or one sitting. Who knows? We'll probably be post leg day or pre leg day. Or both, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It definitely has to be on a leg day because, like, leg day is where it's at. I appreciate you all, guys. Thanks for always having my back and supporting me during these times. When I say I'm back, nah, this is a whole new me. So this is Andrew on Fire 2.0, and you're going to see a whole different creature this time around. I appreciate you all, guys. Take care.